you know what I'm saying? Like then you become the great farmer. You got to be conscious of what you're planting out here, of the kind of seed. And again, ultimately, this is mind control. The more aware you become, do you know what I'm saying? Then you definitely now you're becoming more in control, and that's what consciousness is. To attain that Krishna, that Buddha, the Godhead, it's being said in so many different ways, but ultimately, it's that highest state of consciousness. It's not just the regular state of consciousness, not just the school aspect of it, the academic aspect of it, but it's more of a cosmic thing. And when we're talking about spirituality, then now you're able to relate to everything: nature, myself, yourself, the universe. Now you become part of that verse. Or I'm dancing. You become literally all of those different elements. So again, ultimately, us learning about those quotes, it's truly what mind control is all about. For you to become more aware, so that way you shaping your life. You are the creator. And I certainly understand the connotation part of mind control, because we understand when you're not in charge of your mind, then we're saying mind control, then you're following the crowd. And that's what everybody else is doing. And there is a method to it. As they get you to follow the crowd, now they have to give you something called a reward to make you feel good about what you're doing. Well, that's what those achievements are for. Now you're keeping up with the Joneses. Well, the society is shaped that way. That's why us as spiritual healer, we help you to transcend that society reality, because we understand it's one-sided. Another way of saying that, in the Bible, or we call it, that's what worshiping idols is, because you're not worshiping anything but the true God that reside in you, which is the God quality in you. Call it Jesus, call it whatever you like. That's that self-satisfaction, that's that integrity, that's that love, that's that respect. That is you. When you operate inwardly, you don't follow the crowd. I'm not looking for clouds. Now, if it comes along with what I'm doing, shit, that's just, the cherries on top. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you follow yourself, you know who you are. That's the reward is in that itself. I take pleasure in serving you. Now, depending on where you at with it in terms of consciousness, it may be bullshit to you, or it may help you. But either way, baby, I shit, nigga. I put my work in. You know what I'm saying? My work wholeheartedly. How it's received, hell, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I shit. I gave you mine. I give you me. So to give is to receive is a fully loaded statement. And if you truly understand that, and then you understand life, it's all about giving and receiving, inhaling and exhale. Now, if that's why they tell you, like I was saying before, you don't chase money. You are the money. Money is a medium of exchange. It's energy. Meaning I give you something, you give me money as an exchange for what I give you. Back in the days, they have a barter system, meaning I had to exchange, you know what I'm saying? I give you something you want or you need, and then you give me something I need. Now, with the invention of money, guess what? I may not have something that you need, but I could give you the money. The money will allow you to get it. It's just a medium of exchange. And of course, power of purchase, whatever the fuck. Or energy, if you like to call it that way too. I mean, it's all energy any fucking way. That's what you're dealing with. That's what the Indian call this world Maya, the world of illusion. You know, you go to a fucking restaurant, well, guess what? They're giving you something. A life experience, a fucking atmosphere, or you get to mingle with other people, whatever the fuck it is. To give is to receive. So now you also got to be careful because then you know what I'm saying. Then you have people who are not really giving you. Well, guess what? It's always going to be a fucking imbalance. You know what I'm saying? And those other people you need to stay away from. It's always going to be a fucking imbalance because those people, that's what they call them, takers. You know what I'm saying? Deceivers, Decepticons. They just take. They were animated by some sort, or if you want to call it evil, which I understand what religion means by it too, because there's also a shadow side of them that makes them act that way. And the more they have repressed their pain, not acknowledging their true self, the more that's what greed is, jealousy, envy, all of these things. Then they take over those people. You could call it spirit too, or you could call it evil. I get it. I wouldn't argue. So I see where you're coming from. Again, I'm just trying to show you the different vernaculars that are being used. You know, when we talk about evil, when we talk about so many different things, you know, and ultimately comes down to the reality that we're living, or your level of consciousness too. That's how we want you to know who you are, and that will set you free. And it will set you free in all different language. I mean, aspect too. That's why I always tell people to be a spiritualist is a great human being because you somehow will have to materialize those divine quality in you. Then now you have a better understanding for somebody else. I could have compassion. I forgive you. Why? Because I understand you acting out of fucking ignorance. Why would I be mad at you? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, this is self mastery here. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean because I forgive you, you're not going to go through what you got to go through because you did it. Okay? You're not taking me with your shit, but you did your shit though. Oh, you got to pay. Oh, that's what karma is. So you think come on, man. You're going to rip what you sow. You could deny it all you want. Oh, I'm sorry. You did it. Regardless of how sorry you are, you did it. Well, maybe yeah, I understand why you're sorry, but you still did it. It wasn't nobody else. It was you, motherfucker. Yes, you. Again, you know what I'm saying? There's no, you know what I'm saying? To give is to receive, you know, because you'll never receive anything without giving it. Now, you may choose to sabotage people. You may choose to use, you know, that's what I mean, the politician does. You know what I'm saying? They give you those good talk, those great speech. You know what I'm saying? All lovey dovey. Hey, you know the rest. You know what I'm saying? That would be deceiving. But ultimately, deceiving you or not, they have, you know, they put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it is your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? The truth can only be discovered by you. Those aha moment, that sudden, uh, um, not acknowledgement. What's just the word that I'm looking for? Like realization. That's what you need, and you keep growing that way. And the more you understand who you are, the better you perceive the reality around you. You know what I'm saying? Another one of those would be Michael Jackson told us, you want to change the world, start with the man in the mirror. Listen, man, those are spiritual laws, but they are also showing you that this life is not what it seems like. So then we give you those spiritual laws, not just me, it was given to me as well, our ancestors, because they have already done the work for us. They discover it, they know how the shit works. That's why you have the Bible, nigga. That's why we have the occult. Tahuti, all these niggas, they've done the work for us. That's the idea of Jesus dying for you. They've done the work for us, but now we have to accept it, meaning we have to be open to it because we have to discover it for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But lucky for you, motherfuckers, it's already done for you. Now you're just gonna have to process it, internalize it. That's what accepting Christ is. So now to give is to receive. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a whole lot of that because we understand, how powerful those statements are. Because it's another way, it's a type of meditation, for lack of a better term. Because when you meditate, it's to acquire a higher state of consciousness. So with this saying, what they do is they compact, they pretty much box certain life experiences in a sentence or two. So you know what I'm saying. It's a life. It's jewels. That's what jewels are. That's that knowledge. That's that wisdom that will help you to open up or to see things or to grow yourself. That's how we're giving sight to the blinds here. We're doing God's work. You tell them the mute are now speaking over here. The ones who didn't have anything to say, they didn't see what was happening. Now they got something to say because they got to see things better. Oh, I'm doing God's work, baby. You tell me how you like it. Save it for yourself. Doesn't matter. But again, to shed, I just wanted to do that because I felt like, we could expand a lot more. And by understanding those word of wisdom, if you want to call it that way, those tropes, those, what I'm saying, we'll be talking about so many different ones, just so we're gonna get a little bit deeper into it. So, we delve into the darkness to bring the light out of the darkness. Those are a lot of fancy terms that the occult uses, which I kind of like. I mean, I think it's dramatic. It's occultish. I mean, I kind of like those type of statements, those words. Do you see what I'm saying? Depending on what you're into, like. But most importantly, for me, although I admire the occultist language, I also felt like it's more like of a duty for me to make it to simplify it for you because I came to understand ultimately this whole thing. It's about understanding you. So that's why even when I talk about spirituality, it's simply telling you the story of the spirit, which is who you are. Now, depending on your level of consciousness, it may goes from one